This is Sarah Atwood talking with Jamie Dutton at the end of part 1 of season 5, and their conversation is crucial to understanding what did and didn't happen during the premiere of part 2.
Do you know anyone, or is there a group that has experience with this kind of situation?
I mean, it's critical to this video because I think someone tried to pull a bait and switch. Sarah's like, dude, just hire security.
Well, that's playing defense. What if I want to play offense?
Flash forward a few days or so and Sarah is meeting with her guy. Not gonna lie, I thought this scene was super interesting. The business side of being a hitman is very underrepresented in American theater, don't you think?
You have my permission to execute.
If you've not watched episode 9, Desire is All You Need, go ahead and tap pause and then go back at least watch the first 20 minutes because we're about to spoil things. After that, please come back because what happens is not what was supposed to have happened, but it also exonerates Jamie in a big way. Maybe I already said too much. This video will explore John Dutton's fate and Beth's reaction. Plus, we'll glance at what happened on the reservation and spend just a few seconds talking about Texas. For a deeper conversation, find the Dutton Rules podcast. But subscribers say quit fooling around and tell us the good part, so here we go. Episode 9 opened with birds flying over the bunkhouse, and birds are always a bad sign on Yellowstone. Very quickly, we're taken to the governor's mansion, a place I don't believe we've ever seen before. Emergency crews are there as Beth comes racing up the driveway. She's worried that John Dutton's been killed, and his assistant all but confirms it with a nod. Finally, Casey arrives, and they enter, and they walk into the bathroom where authorities believe Governor John Dutton died by suicide on the morning of his impeachment trial, but Beth knows better, and frankly, so do we. Jamie gets the news and seems pretty stunned. There was really nothing about his response that told us that he knew it was coming.
The 26th governor...
After the intro, we fly to Texas and listen to Flatland Cavalry sing How Long before the first commercial break. That's when we get to the scene that's the heart of this video. Sarah and her hired help are discussing the murder of Governor John Dutton.
If anything leaks or evidence leads back to us in any way, you will make it look as if we committed the murder.
I watched this scene several times. They say murder, singular. It's all about John. No other target is mentioned, which on its surface works because of this.
They're professionals. They're not hitmen. It'll look like a heart attack or car accident.
Rewind that clip a little bit further, though.
There are companies, yeah. There's one in New York and there's one in Virginia.
Oh, no, not that far. It's here, when Sarah says, what do you think she'll do next?
The truth?
Yeah.
I think she'll try to have me killed.
Then quickly jump to where they seemingly seal the deal.
Tell me what you want, and I will meet with them.
Y'all, they were talking about having Beth taken out by a hitman, not John. His name never even comes up. Never. And in a second, I'll explore this point, but first the line that offers the teeniest bit of an excuse.
So if you're gonna go after her, you just might... maybe... you know?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
The Dutton Rules team considered that by finishing her sentence, Jamie knew Sarah was suggesting they killed John Dutton as well. That's a very generous interpretation, and it's problematic because Sarah never mentions Beth when talking to the hitman. Remember, it was murder, singular. Plus, Jamie is genuinely upset to find out his father has been killed, and he's stunned when he finds out that Sarah was responsible.
This was you.
The only explanation I have is not a good one. It's that the show was faced with a problem with how to kill off John Dutton without Kevin Costner appearing on screen, since he didn't return for season 5, part 2. So they pulled a bait and switch and hoped we wouldn't remember. It's kind of a safe bet. I mean, it's been like 2 years. But this is a Jamie versus Beth fight. I mean, Jamie already had his dad on the ropes after beginning the impeachment proceedings. Why would he kill him? As always, this is a conversation, so drop a comment below if there's something I missed, or if you have an alternative theory. You can also email staff@tasteofcountry.com. Jamie comes home at the end of the episode to find Sarah in next to nothing with 2 glasses of champagne. She's ready to celebrate. I mean, even if Jamie did go all in on her plan to kill John Dutton, this is a little bit of an emotional oversight. She may get all horned up by murdering a state official, but he didn't.
This is what you said that you wanted.
I said it, and then we never discussed it again.
Why would we? What would there be to discuss?
My first thought when I watched that scene was, yeah, maybe I should have had a follow-up chat afterward. I mean, men say stupid things in front of half-naked, beautiful women all the time, and we don't necessarily mean all of them. A simple, are you sure, would have gone a long way in this case.
Lions don't die of old age. Lions die in the jaws of younger lions, and you are the younger lion.
Damn, this woman is ruthless. In a moment, we'll get to how Beth plans to handle all of this. She says something to Casey that I think sets up the rest of this season, but between the opening sequence and the closing scenes, we got a lot of Texas, and honestly, I was pretty good with this. Throughout part 1 of season 5, I complained that there wasn't enough cowboying happening, but we got plenty of that here. Crib Notes version, half the bunkhouse is to spend a year in Texas to watch the cattle they had to send there after a brucellosis outbreak at the Yellowstone. There they meet Jimmy and the 4-6's dudes, who are total professionals. It's a little bit of a sad life, but at least it's free of any sort of threats, aside from scorpions.
Ow! Ow, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Taylor Sheridan really likes to shoehorn in real-life Western heroes, and he did that again with this episode. Billy Klapper is a legendary bit in Spurmaker, and that really was him in a scene shot just a few weeks before his real-life September 10th death. Back at the ranch, everyone's just kind of bored. Over on the reservation, Mo and Chief Rainwater stare out over the lake that the government plans to run an oil pipeline through.
This is the hill we die on. Right here.
I'm ready.
That was a pretty big part of the trailer for this season, and gosh, I'm hoping we get a lot there. But I don't know, I'm not so sure. Rip had been in Texas until he got this call.
Who got killed, Beth?
My daddy. He killed my daddy.
Then he races home, where Beth and Casey are trying to work through their grief in the next steps. A couple of key things here.
This is the trust. Tate is beneficiary. And you are now the executor.
Also, Beth recognizes that Jamie's going to try to challenge the conservation easements that she put around their ranch. But can we talk for a quick second about Tate, who's 16 now, and apparently talks like this?
Gross. Stop using your tongue. There's a child present.
Casey doesn't think Jamie could do the murder, even though both of them think that the suicide theory is crap.
Go look him in the eye if you have to, Casey. Look him in the eye. Then come home and help me decide how to kill him.
That's when Rip arrives, and the episode ends with her wailing on their front yard. Okay, so I recognize that this video was set on a big plot hole around John Dutton's death, but honestly, I'm willing to overlook that because I realized that producers were in an impossible situation. The next 5 episodes promised to be what we thought they'd be: Beth v. Jamie, with Casey forced to pick sides.
He's just killed them all.
I don't think he's capable of it, Beth.
You don't want to think it. I know what he's capable of.
I'm tempted to go on about Jamie and the many people who have manipulated him, but I'll stop here so we can all think about what just happened. I'm Billy Dukes for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.